I say, hello, Emoji King. Thank you so much for coming along to the channel. And it's an amazing opportunity to meet you for the first time. We've only just, in 2 years. It feels like an eternity.
Yeah. Magnetic Sun. My favorite, right?
Fantastic. I'm so glad you like that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd love to learn a bit more about you. I think I know a fair amount about you, although I also have a terrible memory, as if you don't know me by now. I can only remember. I can only remember tomorrow's song, I guess, is probably the joke for me.
I was reviewing some of your songs today, and I was listening to the one where you were upside down. Sing upside down. Remember that one?
Yeah, it's very hard. Yeah. I don't know if I could do that again.
No, I wouldn't try it. Yeah, but that was cool. Yeah, it's all great. It's all great.
It's all great.
I'm glad you're doing good too, man. You know.
No, it's fantastic to meet you. So yeah, let me start with some questions. So I'd love to, pretending you don't know me either, just tell me a bit about yourself and how we came to meet.
I think I met you through the Galactic Gangster YouTube channel. You made a comment there or through your collaboration.
Yeah.
I think I was watching. When I got on, it was like 2017. It was like a month after you started doing your songs.
Okay.
Like every day.
Wow. Yeah.
Wasn't it
November that was
2017?
Yeah, that's when I started. Yeah, November 2017 is when I started writing them. Certainly at weekends. Yeah. I think it was the following February I started doing it daily.
Yeah, right. And I just, get it addictive. You know what I mean? I look for you every day. Several times a day. So it's uplifting. It's like just synchronized with me in my journey, my story, which I've talked about the Iridology before, and it's kind of an ongoing theme in my life. The eyes, something to do with the eyes. Here comes one of my dogs. Hey, buddy, go ahead, go play. You can't see him, but he's right here. We got him from the orphanage. He's doing well. Yeah, you want him? Come here. Let me try and get him. Come here. He got fat.
Oh, it's so cute.
Buddy.
Hello.
Buddy. He's gonna
hello, buddy.
All right, buddy. Go ahead.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a couple more around here. There's always one. If one goes over the Rainbow Bridge, next day there's another. We get another one. That's been the ongoing team there for a while. But we should say focused. My journey, I'm going to say, it started when I was about 17, and it was with a Kundalini experience. So I had a Kundalini experience by mistake. I was doing the Hatha yoga to stay physically flexible, and I got to the part of the book midway through where they were getting into the pranayama, the breathing exercises, and the asanas, and I started doing that, the Om mantra.
Yeah.
First 2 times I fell asleep. And if you recall, I've mentioned it before, that it was really the first time I meditated. I ended up seeing inside myself, literally seeing my organs, like seeing my heart. Wow. I say this to people, cool. Like, some people say that, other people are like, pretty much, in the past.
Yeah.
Just totally, like, their eyes go blank and they don't understand, you know what I mean? But because that happened, that did happen, it changed my outlook on life completely. It made me realize there's something more than just this physical that, so that profound experience changed me completely, as far as my appreciation, gratitude, understanding, loving, feeling I have an understanding of God. I feel God.
Yeah.
This wasn't a planned out speech, but that's so with having that happen, I feel I probably have some kind of responsibility to come to that. You know what I mean? So I get a little bit of understanding I shouldn't abuse it, and through my life, it's always been company, knowing in hard times that there is that sustaining me.
Mhm.
You know, that inner.
It's always there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And accompanied, but with that was it was a vision. You know, like I said, I did see my heart pumping, my lungs breathing. I did see some more of the other organs, and I've met through the years with different yoga instructors and stuff, and they've heard of this before, you know, and so I didn't feel so weird about it, you know, but it profoundly changed me, you know. It's not something I try to do, you know, but it's I mean, like in a lucid dream or something, I might have memories of that, or past lives. There's been other things, you know, that have slipped into this awareness, and that, you know, now there's the science behind it all, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know, but used to be, it was like hokey pokey and stuff. Yeah.
And when you, because I'm fascinated, I know that with some like chats we've had on YouTube comments, and it's featured in some of my songs. In fact, maybe some of my songs recently, is like this concept of the universe inside of you, or a universe inside of you.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I'm really fascinated by that, because I mean, you inspire me a lot, you know. I hope you see that in my music, that you, it's like this virtuous cycle, right? It's like as we connect with people, we both share, like we send and receive beliefs, and some of it's like, some of it I feel is conscious, and some of it's like subconscious, and some of it's like more like telepathic. But yeah, I'm really interested in what your thoughts are, feelings are about the universe inside of you.
I when I had this experience, you know, I was doing the mantra home, and then here I am, aware and conscious, but not with my physical senses that I was 17, that I'd been aware of using, right? So here I am seeing that, and then it was a vision, and it was a vision of a tree, and it was a leaf on the tree, one leaf, and it fell down gracefully and landed. Before it landed, it turned into the shape of a fetus, like a silhouette of a fetus. It's all symbolic, you know? And then, actually, that might have happened before I saw her inside myself. When I saw her inside myself, I snapped out of it. I was like, what?
What's that?
Yeah, okay. And so that was part of it too. And I'm saying, well, this is kind of like a rebirthing. It wasn't a dream. It was a profound experience, like a shamanic experience, almost like something someone would have to take ayahuasca to achieve, or not achieve, it have happen, but it all by accident, you know. And but I come out of it, and after that, and I was in high school, and I was just doodling, which I did more than anything else in school. And I drew this symbol, and it was just a dot with 4 double pointed arrows facing north and south and east and west. So if you can picture this, a center point with arrows pointing inward, but pointing outward at the same time. And somehow that, to me, explained it all, the consciousness.
Right.
You know, and back then I would say, as far as out as you can see in the universe, goes on forever and ever. But the tipping point, and then you look inside, and that goes on and forever and ever and ever. And we're just the awareness. We can look wherever we want, you know?
Yeah.
So to me, it goes on and on forever inside us.
Yeah,
you know,
I don't know if you've ever seen these. So I'm not a physicist, right? But I don't know if you've seen these like scaling kind of diagrams of the universe, where they show, you know, the smallest kind of atom or quark, all the way up to the total universe. And like, this is conventional thinking today, right? That's when I go through these like zooming diagrams, whether it's a web page or a video, that the human body exists at about half, right? The universe is as small, the human body is as small to the universe, the same ratio as the human body is to the smallest
fractal hologram.
Yeah, and
everything that's in the universe is in us.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, I find it blows my little mind.
No, that's cool. That's cool. That I can mention other YouTube channels, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, go for it.
Greg Braden. Greg Braden. Have you seen him?
Yeah, I've seen him once before.
He's been explaining a lot of that particular type of stuff, and actually mentioning how our hearts have brain cells in them.
Yeah.
You know, so and we might be using our heart more, or some people, right? For thinking than we actually do use our brain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think science has everything figured out yet. You know, they just found within the last 3 years at the university, I think the University of Minnesota, the lymphatic system in the brain that they didn't never know was there before. So they're still finding out stuff about us that is important.
Yeah, definitely.
You know? And the reason they didn't find that before is because they couldn't see it in like autopsies, because it changes when you're alive. It's more apparent. But that's one thing in science. You know, not to get off the subject. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was talking about the heart having brain cells, and that in the heart brain connection, as well as the stomach brain connection.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with them? Some of those things.
Yeah.
You know, like organs have like a partner organ, and they affect each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's all. You know, I can go off on a tangent, but it makes me think of so many things at the same time. Like all the chakras, they have accompanying organs. You know, the throat chakra is a thyroid. You know, and so it's like a tapestry.
Mm-hmm.
Everything affecting everything. You know, and if you've watched some of David Icke or Sadhguru, you're familiar with these guys, right?
Yeah.
And they'll tell you that this isn't even real, and it's like, you know, and for me, I may see that differently because I had the experience where I've seen a different reality.
Yeah.
If you're feeling me, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, when I went through an awakening, I did go through a smaller one when I was 17, where I received some Reiki healing, and I saw like the light. I felt this pillar of light of source come through me, and I had like visions of a past life related to like a sword of truth, like I thought was like Camelot and like the legend of King Arthur. And I don't know that I guess I shut that down for a good few years. And then just in 2017, I went to a Kundalini yoga session, and I had a very, like you described, very profound experience in that as I was meditating, I just went on a big astral journey. Like it was just like seeing planets born, seeing planets collide, suns born. Like I was on this grand tour of the universe, and I could see all the energy waves and like the feelings of the inhabitants of all of the planets. And it just, and I told my yoga instructor after this, it was my first class, and also my last. And I just said, I said, is that common? And they're like, oh, people experience lots of different things. I'd never heard of that before.
No, I don't know if you quite understood your question.
That's right.
No.
Yeah, it's really interesting I'm really interested how then for you that profound experience, like how did it then affect you? Like what did you feel was the kind of repercussions of that through your life?
It's like foundation of the backdrop, like to everything. You know what I mean? I mean, I even with that happening at parts of times in my life, situations I find myself in, regardless of whether I put myself there or not, I was angry. You know, but having had that experience, I didn't act on the anger. You know what I mean? It gave me a peacefulness inside myself that I could deal with a lot of stuff. Yeah. At the time, you know, I ended up going in the military. My family was all military, you know, not all, but pretty much just one enlistment, no career thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wasn't really expecting to be in the military as soon as I was, or maybe not at all,
Hmm.
I'm somewhat thinking I might end up in India studying yoga.
Yeah.
Just a thought in a 17-year-old kid's head.
Yeah.
I can't say it was planned out, because if it was, it maybe would have happened, But I ended up in court after being in a fight on the railroad tracks over some beer or whatever it was with the railroad police.
Mhm.
I don't get in fights, but this guy wanted to hit me with his nightstick. Anyway, long story short, I won the fight. I ended up in court the next morning, and the judge gave me 9 months in Dedham House of Correction. That's a correctional institution, right? And being just out of high school, the hand went right up. It was just like muscle memory. I was a wise guy. I said, good. Does this mean I can't go in the Marine Corps? She allowed me to go in the Marine Corps, long story short. So I ended up really having no control over where I was going or what I was doing. I was controlled by, being in the service.
Yeah.
Yeah, really different than being a civilian, So I wasn't really able to pursue physically going somewhere and doing something, matter of fact, I was vegetarian when I was in high school at that time, went in the service as vegetarian for a good part of boot camp till I got caught, give my meat portion of my meal to another recruit, and they caught me, and I couldn't tell you how many push-ups I had to do that night, but back and forth over the years, going from vegetarian back to eating meat and stuff, and and then more recently, last few years, doing the fruitarian diet for a pretty good amount of time, but then falling off of that too. Right now I'm enjoying a cup of coffee. I maybe wouldn't have done that when I was doing that, but it all ties in. I'm just trying to do like everybody else is, and just be peaceful, and I wish you had a cup.
Yeah. Yeah, I just have water.
But I can go that's really cool. But as far as like looking for answers and everything like that, I think I can handle the truth. I'm ready for more, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's been rough, just like this physical existence, everything's not like spiritual happy all the time, you know what I mean? We just went through having my in-laws say this is their house, and they both on hospice here in the last 3 years, and taking care of them, and just being a father and having kids and grandkids and everything, there's that whole human side of it is what I'm
that's a lot.
saying, and people don't have time to pursue some of the things that like come natural for you and I. Things that we think about all the time, and it's a different world. Like you and I, we live in a different world. We live in a different world, but we do all this other stuff too.
That's right.
Right? Here goes two of the dogs.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier you feel like we're here for a reason, right? That we're awakening, and it definitely feels like a journey. And I think you answered this already in a YouTube comment, but yeah, I'd love to hear what your mission is.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'd love to hear what your mission is.
Oh, my mission. Oh my goodness. I think it's been it could have been a number of missions. Every day can be one long mission or several little missions, depending on how many people I run into. Sometimes just, I go out for a walk and I run into someone and I meet someone and we have a little conversation. It might change the way I think profoundly.
Yeah.
So I feel it's got something to do with just the people I run into and communicate with. What else could it be? It has to do with other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, or better word, to bring light into dark places.
Yeah.
To bring light into dark places. You know what I mean? Even if it's just a small conversation with somebody, if you leave them feeling a little bit better, I feel better. You know, it's good for me. Maybe they feel better. Sometimes you can't. A lot of people you can't. They don't want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know? Whereas I've in the past, you know, learned a lot about the detoxing with the herbs and the fruitarian thing like that.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that 100,000%. You know, when I was at 100% fruit, cutting my hand with the knife I was cutting the watermelon with, I watched it heal right in front of my eyes.
Wow.
I mean, it was a pretty good cut.
Yeah.
You know, but I didn't cut the finger off, but I was like, you know, just the way I felt on that stuff and how uplifted I felt. And I know like if someone's sick, they could use that. You know what I mean? So maybe in the past I was a little bit too forceful on people. You know what I mean? But that's how you learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's definitely.
So a lot of disappointment over the years by not being able to help people, thinking I knew how to help people, but not being able to get that message to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not just there's a lot of spirituality involved in that. There's a lot of caring. You know what I'm saying? And that's the empathic aspect. You know, why do we like that? Why did you know what I mean? I think that's the way we're supposed to be. Everybody should be an empath, right?
That's right. All here to help each other where I guess that the help is received. And yeah, I'd like to, you know, just share a bit with you about the impact you've had on my life. I am on my mission to raise vibrations of billions of hearts, and like you say, sometimes I'm thinking like, what does that mean today? Like, what does that actually mean ever? But it was something that came to me as I started in 2017. I thought, like, I need a purpose, and I think one of my superpowers and also my Achilles heel is my like repetitive tenacity. It's like every day, give me the mission, and I'll just keep going. But where you've helped me the most has been, it's a hard journey, right? They often call it the hero's journey, where where you can be like the struggling artist, where you're just starting by yourself with sometimes, you know, little or no audience or no recognition in the work you're doing, and you're being guided by a kind of higher force, by a higher power that's behind you, pushing you, going, go and do it, and do it for the right reasons. You know, do it for yourself and other people. Don't do it for trying to find something outside. You know, do it to help you in your journey. Right. And there's literally been hundreds of days, and it'll be counting to, you know, not long, it'll be into the 1,000 days where you have helped me so massively with comments on videos. Is just incredible. And some of it is, of course, your art is phenomenal. I'd love to go into that in a bit more detail. But a lot of it is just that kind of that unconditional love that you share through your comments, and the impact it has. I mean, literally, you must have brought me to tears, like at least, I don't know, 5 to 10 times, as I'm sat on a hard day, you know, looking at my phone, typically seeing how my video that day's gone, and I'm just thinking, you know, why am I doing this? Why am I still doing this? Like, where is this all going? I don't know. And then come along this like a
the right thing at the right time.
It's a spark of divinity. It's like every time it's like
afterwards I might not even recall saying it, or like, you know. So a lot of time it's a source speaking through me to get to you, sent back and forth. You know, I mean, it's me, but it's coming from there. Real, you know. Do you remember? Do you remember the time where me, and Jess were all in the comment section talking back and forth? Like it was a live chat. Like that was weird.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
that was way back. That was way back. I'm like, because I think she said, "Hey, we're actually doing like a conference call in a comment section," and I'm like, that's what I like something different concept. Like to me, that was like, that's 3 different souls. You're in Scotland, she's in Australia.
Yeah.
I'm in Boston. We're somewhere at the same time, even though we're 3 different time zones. We're on the same time somewhere.
Yeah.
And what in the universe put that together? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nothing huge had to come out of it. Just that it's a possibility. Just I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. You know?
It's just it's incredible. Yeah, and
I
that
love you guys, your collaborations, your music, Native New Yorker 444, you and Jess in that Riding the Waves.
yeah,
Great.
they are incredible souls.
Great.
And they're both such powerhouses, right? They're like entire universes.
No, there's so much emotion in them. You know, it's just it's not like other music. You know what I mean? I try to help to get over that 1,000, up to that 1,000 subscribers, so you get monetized. I was playing it at work on the PA. What do you call it? I haven't been to work until long. I forget what they call it. What's that called at work where they announce all kind of stuff? PA system? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
playing the work. Oh wow.
At the post office, a couple thousand employees. You know, something like
that. Fantastic.
Well,
thank you for that.
And no other way of getting it out, you know, and like there's a throwing antics again.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. I just imagined it, like I had in my mind, there you were working away and all these people like listening and thinking, what is that? What is that?
Well, they all started levitating. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. They all suddenly put down their meat and, you know, go off and go and have a fruit party.
Fruit. Yeah. It's, you know, it gets tougher in New England where I am to stay on like a high fruit diet in the winter.
Yeah.
But I don't think I can have a hard time this year. I'm going to get started again probably next week. You know, because I can feel my body. I know what I need. You know, I need to go on like a 3-day watermelon. That's me. You know what I mean? That'll give me I feel it. I feel the energy. I feel the energy of the food. So
yeah, they're like
I mean, pizza and bread and stuff, and I've been eating like waffles, but they taste good.
Yeah.
And they make my stomach hunger pains go away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not like how is it, the raw is law? You know, people that you know, they're really particular and stuff. I'm not that obsessive compulsive clean freak. Like I'm not plagued with that. You know, I can go out and have a good time and then come back and not feel guilty and get back into it. You know, but I can't eat meat without feeling guilty.
Yeah.
It's if I have a hot dog or something like that, you know what I mean? Like with buddies or whatever, like, you know what I mean? I still feel it.
Yeah, it's hard, right? Yeah, I like with my diet, so I've never made it full fruit, but my like since you've been influencing me, I must go through like 3-4 times the amount of fruit now, and it's so addictive. Like I will, because it's also an amazing snack, right? It's like if you're gonna snack, like just have if you've got a huge bowl of fruit sat in front of you in your kitchen, like you're not gonna go if it's literally in front of your refrigerator and in front of like any snacks you have. You're like, I can just take this. I can feel great. I can get like you say, it's like it feels like they're so much more energized with like much higher like electricity in them. And
science behind it. The herbs from higher level of it's actually high vibration.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like as our vibrations rise, it's like your body finds it increasingly harder to process things that are much lower vibration. And that's and I do believe in like you were saying earlier, it's difficult to practice non-judgment, and it's difficult. I used to smoke when I was in my 20s, and I became an ex-smoker, right? I was like, and it's that feeling of like, it's like I feel like I wish I could like tell the world don't smoke, and of course that's not helpful. Even if it's right for you, it's not right for everyone. And I felt that as I started to,
you know, it's like we get excited about these things. And we care so much that we want everybody to take care of themselves, and we worry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
That's so true.
Yeah, but then you know, it's like everybody's on their own journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody's on their own journey, and it's like I get it here too. You know, I try not to bring up. She's laughing or something. I think. Can you hear them laughing out there?
Yeah.
You know, she'll roll her eyes at me or something if I'm talking about something, usually on YouTube. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but I say, well, those things that you don't have to believe one way or the other. It's just interesting. You know, like say flutter.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just listening to these people talk is interesting. You know what I mean? What's on TV is boring. I don't want to watch Breaking Bad or whatever it is they watch. I don't get into that. So I just go on YouTube, watch spiritual things. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, what would I like to do? I would like to go to South America where the environment is right for that type of a diet, you know, with the fruit and everything. It'd be easy, better, you know. But I'm a firm believer in Dr. Morse and how he uses it, you know. I'm just going to leave it like that because I'll go on for hours because I've seen him so many people, seen him help so many people, you know.
Yeah.
I'll let him speak for himself. But I've never been, you know, plagued with an illness. I've never been diagnosed with any sickness and everything. But I did go on the cancer diet, the Gerson therapy, 30 years ago. It was just their diet. It was their therapy.
Yeah.
You know, it was just natural, organic stuff. And then people are like, well, why are you doing that? You don't have cancer. I go, no, but it's good for you. And it was a detox thing. So the fruit is just more intense.
Mm-hmm.
Works better than what they were doing. They were using the caffeine implants, you know, the coffee enemas. You've heard of those? No,
yeah.
That's not an enema. That's a caffeine implant. Caffeine gets to your liver and it purges it. It makes it erupt. It makes it spasm. So the bile duct kick out a bunch of crap that wouldn't otherwise come out. You know? But it's kind of invasive, you know, and that's part of the Gerson therapy. I met Charlotte Gerson. I actually went to a Whole Earth Expo where she spoke, and you know I was following her, and that's where I met guy Rob Zelke, who encouraged me to go to Iridology school.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, but it all goes back to when I was 17, when I was learning the first yoga and trying the diet different and everything. You know, that's when I had the book Autobiography of a Yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda. That's the book that who's it, Jobs? I forget his first name right now. Bill Gates and Jobs, they were together with the computers.
Yeah, Steve Jobs. Yeah,
Steve Jobs. Thank you. That book he gave to people for Christmas, and it was profound for him. You know. Then there were a few other books. Yoga, Ancient and Modern by Professor Ernest E. Woods, that had Patanjali's aphorisms. And that's where Patanjali was a great mystic yogi. And his aphorisms, just little sayings, he said that, you know, if you look at him, listen to him, it doesn't mean nothing. But if you meditate on him, you might get more of a feeling for what he meant, you know?
Yeah.
Just some of the things that I was doing back then. And it's still relevant today. You know, I always feel like I put some stuff back on the shelf for years and just lived life. You know what I mean? But had things to go back to, at least in my head, memories of beautiful visions and awakening experience, you know. But I mean, you brought a lot more of it out in me just by you being there with your music and everything, you know.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And
you know,
and I'd love to know a bit more about your like your daily practice, your routine. Like, do you do yoga? Do you meditate? Do you, some people like I think Jess, Galactic Gangster, you know, she listens to often like trance music or does a bit of dance as a way of as a form of meditation.
I'm on the floor doing the yoga. Sometimes it's just a corpse pose into, you know, to do the pranayama, the breathing exercise every day.
Yeah.
And I've done the breathing exercises every day since I learned them, since I was 17.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe not exactly as it was regimented or described how to do it, but
Yeah.
throughout the day,
Mm-hmm.
I'm always conscious of my breath.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And just with some of the back injuries I've had, like my shoulder's a little messed up from my military service and stuff. I can't do some of the things that I was able to do before, but I fully believe that I can do them again if I apply myself a little more,
Yeah.
and I stay on the right diet and I can get that back,
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah. I can't do the 275 push-ups I used to do at one time anymore.
Wow.
No, but yeah, I mean, I would do weird stuff. I think it was my 34th birthday. Friend came over, asked me what I wanted to do on my birthday. I said, I want to go for a run. I hadn't run in like 3 years.
Yeah.
We ran 16 miles. Yeah,
That's incredible.
Yeah, and that's me. I'm the one that's going to get started like that. I want to get back into the running. I haven't run in a couple of years. But I want to get back up to at least doing 3 miles 3 times a week. You know what I mean? I'm 62, but a lot of people who say, "Oh, I'm 62, I can't do." No, I can do it.
Yeah.
I'm just now retired, so I'm 7-day vacation, 7-day weekend for me. 7 days a week I'm on vacation.
That's brilliant. Yeah, it's funny, right? It's one thing I felt that as I paid a lot more attention to my body, and in part it's through meditation, and like breathing, you say, is often a way of connecting with our bodies. But the other thing that's astounded me is I thought, for instance, that as I got older, that I would just continually lose flexibility, and that by the time I was ready for my deathbed, I couldn't move my body at all. And it's really the opposite, right? Like when I started in about 2018, like I couldn't touch my toes, and I was like that far off. And now I can almost like put my hands flat, and that was quite quick. It was like, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks of trying it, and I could do it. And it's like, hang on, I've lived for like 20 years and not been able to do this. I'm literally 3 weeks of practicing every day.
For one thing, you put your mind into it, and you probably change your diet to some degree.
Yeah.
I seriously believe people can be a lot better hydrated than whatever standards they use to say, oh, this person's hydrated, this person's not. I think we can be a lot better hydrated, literally. Referring to our lymphatic fluid, which is 80% of the liquid in our body.
Mm-hmm.
We can reduce the viscosity of it, meaning the thickness, right? And it being more fluid, and that's making up the fluidity of your muscles.
Yeah.
So if lymphatic fluid it's optimal where it should be, which is pretty high fruit diet, 65 to 70%. But I'm thinking you have to do the 100% for a little while, just so you get an understanding, you know how it feels, so you learn it.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen is your kidneys are going to open up, and you're going to filter out a lot of what's making you feel hard.
Yeah.
Kidney stones, the gallstones, liver stones, the arthritis in the joints and stuff like that. That'll all come out. That's what's making us feel hard.
Yeah.
So it's people don't understand the kidney filtration. That's the key. Another influence in me in learning a lot about health was Dr. Norman Walker, and he lived, they're saying 116, but it might have been 109, whatever it was. He was sick when he was in his 30s, and that was back in the 20s. And he was, I really like the history of all this stuff too, so I got into that. He's the one that started the juicing. To some extent, he created Norwalk Tritillator, which is, I think they're about $3,500 right now if you were to buy one new. But that's what they use for like juice therapies. It's an industrial juicer, but it was made for cancer patients.
Right.
And so he had a number of books out, and one of them was Water Can Demean or Ruin Your Health. And he was referring to just the water, just the liquids that we put in our bodies, and what's in them and what ends up being stuck in our bodies after we use them. You know, like we turn into salt, like hard water. People with well water, they don't realize, a lot of these things that we get that is stepping into the muscles and joints and everything is from that. So it can be dealt with, but, and I found that to be true, with myself. With the kidney filtration, what it is just like a lot of medical places, you got to give a sample of your urine, right? So after drinking just fruit juice or eating just fruit for a period of time, maybe with me, it was 3 days, your urine will go from being clear to looking like a snow globe, a lot of stuff in it. And that stuff will settle, and it'll settle in the bottom of the jar, and it'll take up a little bit of space. It's just white. You'd think the toxins would be like dirty color, but it's brilliantly white. And now that's the acids, that stick in areas of the body that are like injured, So when I do the 100% fruit, I start feeling my right shoulder and my right hip start to hurt a little bit because it's starting to clean that stuff out. So I'm talking about flexibility. So with that gone, then the flexibility is much greater.
Fantastic.
It's not just like the karma of the meat, like you eat meat and you get its karma, plus all the steroids and all the antibiotics, and it's not even good. You know what I mean? There's a lot of us still eat meat. It's not that easy to stop. If you're in a family environment and stuff, and even that doesn't have to have an effect on your spirituality just because you eat meat either. So, but some people are very touchy about it when they say raw is law. You got to find the balance. Have you watched any of these vegetarians that like go over to Vietnam and do just the fruit for extended periods of time? You see how thin they get? Have you?
No, I haven't seen it. No.
Yeah, I've seen several of them, but that's pretty much what they got to do to where they break down their body, and when they rebuild it, they rebuild it with just pure organic. What would you say, vegetarian? No animal product. There's one guy on YouTube. He's unbelievably built and just on fruit. There's the one guy that started the Woodstock Fruit Festival that he was running marathons, 25-mile races. Now he just does 100-mile races. And he's deep fruitarian, So you can see that I've got a lot of time in my hands, So I get to research all this stuff,
That's fantastic. And I keep there's something, I don't know if you see me looking over to my side, but something keeps distracting me. And it's because I've got this, I think it's because I've got this question for you, which is, have you had any things like experiences where you've experienced a past life, or
I knew you say that.
You see your spirit guides?
I had two like vivid visions, and it was so long ago. I'm trying to remember. It must have been when I was meditating, or could have been like a lucid dream, but more vivid than. I have these lucid dreams where I'm floating over my childhood home, and it's always a rainy night in the fall and windy, and it's just beautiful, So I know what lucid dreams are. I know what out-of-body experiences are. I know what inner-body experiences are. That's seldom people know that one, right? But as far as the past life remembrance, for some reason I know that's what it was, and the vision of this woman, it was me. You know it's you. It's just, you're looking at it, but you know it's you. And it appeared to be. It could have been like in the Midwest in America in like the Dust Bowl era, And I just knew, I was just feeling her pain. I knew that her husband and her sons, 2 sons, abused her, but I don't know in what way, you know. But I just felt her feelings and her emotions, so I knew what she was feeling. And that was very vivid. And another one was the other one that I remember was this character, and it was me. It was a kind of a Zorro-like character.
Yeah.
And he was on a horse and he was making his getaway. You know, and he knew what he did and he was making his getaway. But I was saying to myself, oh, yeah, you're not getting away with anything. You know what I mean? You get away with nothing. You don't get away with anything. It all comes out. It does.
That's right.
I've been alive long enough for that anyway.
If it's not in that life, it'll be another.
Yeah. That's where I'm here now going. A lot of good things in my life. I must have done a lot of good things. Nothing really bad's happened. So maybe I'm not a bad guy, you know, but it's just, you know, you think about the karma and that's just something I don't quite understand, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sure if I investigate it, I can find out. I was watching some with Sadhguru and he was explaining this, that, and the other thing, but I don't know. If I don't want it to pertain to me, maybe it doesn't. I'm the creator of my universe, right?
Exactly.
You know,
so
it's like, that could be just, I can get really bad like that, like not believing anything. I believe that, you know, and I'd rather be here. You know, how do you know it's flat or round? I go, I don't believe either way, but you're basing everything you know on someone's telling you. What do you know?
Yeah,
you know,
it's like you're saying earlier when you like the heart has, you know, brain cells, that it's like when you think with your heart is not, it's not a logical structured mind. It's far more abstract, right? And it's just like there's a thing and it has a feeling, and you're like, oh,
yes,
the flat Earth has a feeling. The sphere Earth has a feeling. The holographic Earth, that has a feeling too. And then you're like, feelings change, and then and your mind's like, hang on, I thought it was that one, and the heart's like, yeah, but it could be like some of this, and we're free to think any of these things and explore them.
It could be both.
Yeah,
that's, you know, if we were going to be talking about that subject, I'd like, could be both at the same time.
Yeah, easily.
Way out maybe, but no, as far as feeling, it made me think of Greg Braden again, the guy doing the rain dance and saying, you know, you don't do the rain dance praying for rain because you're coming from a place of absence, come from a place of abundance in your thoughts.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for the rain. You know what I mean? Thank you for the rain. You smell the rain. You can smell it. You feel it, and it's not actually here yet. But this is how, if that works, that's how they do it. Just like with healing, they say the spiritual healing. You got to imagine it's healed, and appreciate, and give you thanks, and that's what I'm learning now more. That's come to me more, like how you're referring to that.
Yeah, I think it's fascinating. And also, I'm sure we both watch a lot of YouTubers that have like they watch the skies, right? They're often sharing videos of the interesting clouds in the sky. And what I find fascinating is that for me, it often feels like the sky that the person witnesses is their sky, right? It's there for them, and in part is created by them. And what really blows my mind is I've been looking at my sky, and I'm on like Scotland, and they're somewhere in the US typically. I'm like, my sky looks exactly the same as that. How is that even possible? Like, how do we both have wispy, stretched out angel-like clouds, like on different, you know, they're early morning, I'm coming up for the end of my day, and I'm like, that I do find that incredible. And like you say, I think a lot of it is because we do, you know, we create our universe around us. And I think when we have similar vibrations to others, and we connect with other people, that you start to share some of that same reality, you know. And it's not one, I'm sure it's many, and I'm sure it's many different timelines, but you start to connect to different parts and at different levels.
Yeah. The whole thing with the sky, it doesn't seem like what it used to, like 4 or 5 decades ago. There's more going on up there.
It's so true.
And I don't know. It's like someone don't want you to see it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I live right near Logan Airport. Logan International Airport is down the hill. So the planes come over here. They cast a shadow over the whole this house, and but then the geoengineering they call it chemtrails.
Yeah.
You can't. I mean, I get windows right here that I can look down the street and I can see just a channel from the Atlantic Ocean. There's like tugboats at the end of the street here, and but the Logan Airport is right here. This is where the big gas tankers come in to Boston, block and a half way down the street. So the helicopters are all up there and everything. Since the 9/11, all the helicopters are here whenever the gas tankers come in.
Right.
And so it's all kind of black helicopters. But I don't know when I became aware of the honey clouds,
Yeah.
But
it's funny. It's almost like when you show it to someone, and it could be on a video or it could be in real life. You just like showing your point. It can, like you say. I often say to my kids, "Oh, look, there's a cloud. What do you think it looks like?" And then their attention's brought to it, and then they often they usually describe the same thing I think I'm seeing. But sometimes they say something else, and in my eye, I just see it change. Like I just see it like it's now what you told, like what you said. I thought it was an angel, and now it's a dragon. You're right, it's a dragon.
Same thing with crystals. If you get a nice crystal, you can see things inside them. When you buy the crystals, have you ever?
I've got a small collection.
Yeah, and so there's an angel. Oh, there's a unicorn. Yeah, things look like things, and it's just maybe it's a group thing too. Like 20, 24, almost 25 years ago. Can't remember the date. Shouldn't admit that. When Cynthia and I started dating, right? I was frequenting the Enchanted Fox. It was a metaphysical bookstore, but they had yoga classes there and all kinds of things that you can imagine. You can buy ceremonial drums there, your crystals, your incense, everything's there. And all kind of activities and all kind of people coming out of that. It was awesome. It was awesome. But I brought her there for a crystal healing, and that was pretty cool because the dude was playing a flute along. The crystals were on her, she's laying down, and I saw like a light come from somewhere and went in the flute. It was, it was like, I know everybody saw it, what I mean? But she come out of there, she was on cloud 9.
Wow.
They were good, those. And that was when I brought her there for the Reiki. I shut the car door in her hand, and she went to the hospital that night. But I brought her down there, and my friend Paul, he did the Reiki on her. His thumb was moving as fast as a hummingbird's wing. It was humanly not possible. Yeah. Yeah. So whatever he knew what he was doing. And the bruise in her hand turned from black purple to like a yellowish green. It's like a month-old bruise.
Incredible. So fast.
Yeah. I've seen some proof of this stuff is real. You hit my phone just went dark. But I actually situated myself right next to that the Enchanted Fox. I rented a room in a studio apartment right next to it. I just bought an Iridology camera, and it was starting to I was doing Iridology, and I was gonna start doing more stuff, working with the herbs and stuff. But then I moved from there. Life gets other things in your life. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that didn't happen. So, but it was prior to that. A couple years before that, I was selling an herbal detox program. Like Dr. Morcell. It all comes back to that. I just don't want to get sick. I'm not like, you know what I mean? That's the reason I get into nutrition is because I'm a baby. I don't want to be sick.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I hear you.
And you know, the thing, I'm going to get back to the time the chemtrails with that is they're saying they're putting metals in the air and all this stuff. You know what I mean? It's like somebody certainly doesn't care about our health. You know?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't want to get that, you know, like controversial stuff, like, you know, we had to come into my house and black coats,
Yeah.
talk about.
Sorry, your sound went a bit strange. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can just hear you. It sounds like you're on a long distance phone call.
Yeah. I don't know. My phone just turned like a darker color.
All right. It might be running. Is your phone okay on battery?
It looks like it's. Oh shit! I can't tell. I'm afraid to touch anything. It's on my phone.
That's okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, so I think we're just about at time anyway, but I do want to just ask one last question.
Anything. None of this was pre-planned.
That's right. Yeah, I'd love to get your thoughts on where we're going, where we as in our work are going, and where you think this planet's going over the coming years.
I like to help make it more real. You know?
Yeah.
Like actually, people get together in the same grid coordinates. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you and your people and my people meeting, and I know that Dr. Morse is trying to organize healing centers all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, through his students and everything. And we could lock in with them, we could tie in with them. You know, I know there's a lot of people that are trying to organize, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Trying to organize, and you want to have these little communities where they can start. I don't want to say communes. You know what I mean? There's gonna be some balance because it's, you know, I think what I'm trying to say is I'd like to be able to let this grow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not just you know, not for money. You know, I'm gonna have my retirement money, whatever. I don't need nothing. What do I need? You know?
Yeah.
I need a lot of money. But just to help people, to get people to feel comfortable where they can get in a better direction. You know? There's people that want to learn some of the stuff that we know. Right? People want to learn some of the stuff that we've learned, and maybe they can do better than we have.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Keep building on it.
Yeah. So I mean, just an awareness. You know what I mean? And understand, you know, compassion. You know, I mean, we've heard this. I've heard this my whole life. You know, like, you know, be good. You know, like that. You know, be good to people, and not to get them back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just is it human nature that I think in order for me to ascend, I have to help people? I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's just something that comes natural. You want to grow. You want to, you know, I mean, we want our kids to have a good understanding of what's really going on, right? You know, maybe to grow the awareness, I guess.
Yeah.
Grow the awareness, become more aware myself. You know, no one's knocking my door down looking for help. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. But I mean, there's a lot of people I could help if they would open their awareness. You know what I'm saying?
Agrees. It's the first big leap for our whole planet, right? Is becoming more connected with each other, with the planet, being aware is just so critical.
Like one of the ladies in one of your comment sections this morning made a comment on the emoji thing you put up that I made, right?
Yeah.
And I went on her site and then I checked something she was talking about. She was talking about reconnecting the crystalline connections.
Yeah.
I don't know if you go that deep in their comment sections, but I do. I go and I look at people's list of things that they watch and they find good stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, she was talking about reconnecting and building a network of connected understanding, you know? Right, right. And I mean, I know, have you ever looked at any of the Mangotarians videos or anything? John
I've seen it. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a couple, yeah.
In 7 months just on mangoes.
Yeah.
And that's not just like mangoes cure this or the other thing. No, it's the absence of everything else.
That's right,
It's
yeah.
the absence of everything else. And that was enough to change, to get those acids out of his body. And I'm sure he had all
Incredible.
that kidney food and all that stuff I was talking about. We experienced
Yeah.
all that. He's got some nice videos on this week where he's doing iris analysis on vegetable police. Do you know him? Just get vegetable police in Canada. He's another one of the trying to, you know, heal himself from a irritable bowel thing, I think.
Cool.
But yeah, they're doing that thing. But John mentioned, you know, he wanted to set up a place somewhere in another country because, you know, the United States is Babylon. You can't get the fruit that you need to get to where they want to go in their healing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So who was the other one? Matt Warnock. You ever see Matt Warnock? He bought a place in Villicalaba down some South American country.
Right.
He bought like the top of a mountain. And he had built all these, it's very rural, cabins for people down there. And so what I'm saying is to have a community.
Yeah.
Because, you know, so that's what I'm talking, like building a community where, you know, we don't necessarily have to lose our houses and go somewhere and, like Jim Jones, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's like that connecting of souls.
Yeah, connecting and, you know, helping where you can. I see some of these people on YouTube that and I've had it hard financially the last couple of years, and I won't even get into it, but I'm fine. You know what I mean? But it could have been, I had to stop working because of the corona. You know, because you know, I have Michelle here, she's quite a police engineer. You'll meet her in a later date. So I couldn't bring home the virus, so I couldn't go to work.
Yeah.
So over the last 2 years, I couldn't go to work. So I ran out of all my paid, you know, vacation time and everything like that. And actually, right now, I don't have health insurance, but I never use it anyways. You know what I mean? But where was I going with that? Yeah, so you know, to connect and so we can better understand ourselves, right? You know, I want to know who I am, what I am, where I came from, all of that.
Yeah.
You know, I signed an agreement to come here, and I want to see it.
That's right, yeah.
You know?
Why did I sign up for this?
But I mean, those are all just words to explain something, but something happened. You know? I mean, oh God, get me going. Dan Winter, you ever see any of his videos?
Yeah.
Dan Winter, he's like some kind of physicist or something. I don't know what, way over my head. But how did I even get onto him? He was brought something to life with me recently. I forget what it is. I'm just distracted my dog. I have no treats. But you know, look at all this stuff, and it all ties in. It all ties into a tapestry. It's helping us learn more. You know? Oh yeah, like Dan Winter seems to have the complete understanding of how everything was formed. You know? Showing how DNA creates a soul. So,
Yeah.
like, what? You know?
It does.
I don't think so. I don't know. But he was explaining how the pineal gland, you know, has rods and cones. You know, hypothetically, actually, I couldn't see inside. Somehow, like relating to what I was experiencing, you know. But I'm sorry if I go off on a tangent again.
That's cool. Well, I'm afraid we're at time, and I just want to say a massive thank you. It's been.
Hey, I don't know how you do it. I seriously, I mean, obviously you've learned how to play guitar. Your singing voice is great. You know,
Thank you.
It all syncs with me. It all does. And the visual stuff, the way you put stuff together, you know, every once in a while I get a little emoji that may compliment it a little bit, you know. But I don't know, the emojis are kind of like another language, you know, way for me to express myself. But you bring it out in me, you know, so whatever it is, we're on this path together.
Yeah, that's so true. It's and I love that connection where it's like this kind of infinite loop of creativity, and it's almost like I feel like your emoji art is like a portal. It's like a portal into seeing the same kind of source of the universe's love, but through a different human. And it's almost like because I'll write a song and post it, and then you'll comment, and then I'll read your comment, and then I'll go and write a song, and it just keeps going and going. Yeah, I just wanted to say a massive thank you, and it is truly an honor.
I think you and I came from the same place.
Yeah,
like we're the same mold in that sense. You know what I mean? You know, I'm interested in so much about you and where you live and Scotland, and you know what I mean. I've seen you progress into your mobile studio.
Yeah,
right. You're killing it.
It's super fun.
Yeah,
thank you.
Everybody, you know, I love it.
It's super fun. It's such an amazing journey, and yeah, I'm so excited for just every day.
As soon as you and I are done here, I'm going to put you right on my phone.
Fantastic!
Congratulations on the $100,000 likes on your video. You know,
yeah, 100,000 views on Quantum Lightning.
yeah. I put an emoji
that was
on
amazing.
That, and you know, every once in a while I'll go to other sites, and if someone's got 25 million subscribers, if I have the feeling for whatever they say, whatever, I come up with something for them with an emoji, I'll put it out there.
Yeah.
When I get 25 million people seeing the Emoji King.
That's right.
144 subscribers, but I've never really posted anything.
It's genius. That took me like 2 years to get that far.
It's funny. You can, you know, I mean, if I went on naked or something, I'd have 10 million right away. Cool.
Exactly.
But you got to do something crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But one day last week, I think I got like 8. When it was after being on a live chat with Genevieve.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was somebody, and I must have said something. Source spoke through me, so I got some things. You know what I mean? How it works. I mean, I know cool. you get to go to sleep because you get music to write in the morning.
I do, yeah, and yeah, I have a surprise to share with you very soon as well. So I look forward to sharing that.
Here we go.
So yeah, so thank you so much, and yeah, we'll finish at that. And I'd love to do it again. I'd love to catch up again.
Yeah, I was a little anxious because I've never done anything like this. I've never done a video.
Likewise.
You know what I mean? But you shouldn't be with me. You know what I mean? Not because it's me. You know what I mean? You do so much stuff. All right. I'm going to saddle up the road. Love you, John.
Thank you. Love you too.
And so you're going to edit some of this and make something out of it, or no? Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to edit. I'm not going to edit.
Permission.
I'm just going to put the whole thing in.
Yeah, there you go.
It's fantastic.
Love it. Yeah. All right, John.
Thank you so much.
Right,
Take
brother.
care.
Love you.